Nice, smooth, very cool. Gotta love the Eagles. Hey, welcome to another episode of Band Together Leadership Seminars. I'm the CEO, founder of Band Together. I'm Paul Everts. You can reach me at my email, which is band2gether, bandtogether@comcast.net. And then you can also reach me through my website, which is conductingmylife.com, where you can also look at the wonderful John Maxwell material that I am certified to do. John Maxwell, one of the best leadership gurus probably in our country's history, frankly. Maybe a slight exaggeration, but anyway, you'd like it. I do a great job. I have fun with you guys. So if you want private lessons on how to be a better person, you want corporation, nonprofit, whatever you'd like, hire me. I'll come out, we'll have a good time, and then we can work out a deal, and it'll be fun. So you go to curriculum on the conductingmylife.com, scroll down, you'll see Venmo. Yep, love to have some Venmo help. You can also get this beautiful book right here, which is Conducting My Life, which is by me. It's life lessons from a high school band director, and that's what we're doing right now. I'm starting to tell a little bit of some stories that are in this book, and that will be featured in book 2, and that probably will come out in the next couple of months, shooting for February or March. But anyway, I hope you've had a great Labor Day weekend. Today I'm recording this Tuesday, the 8th of September in a very, very smoky Northern California. It's probably a little raspy today. So it's Tuesday, September the 8th. It's about 4:10 p.m. in California. I live northeast of Sacramento, about 20 miles northeast of Sacramento, California, and I teach high school music, and I've been doing that since the 3rd of July, 1989. This is my 31st year. And the reason I do these YouTube shows is because this is what I used to do at the beginning of class time. We would have 10 minutes or so, twice a week, maybe 3 times, just to talk about life, because I think you can teach a lot about life through music. Practicing gets you better. Spending time with your instrument gets you better. Spending time with others makes you better. There's so much about music that makes you better. So recently, within the last 10 to 12 years, it was interesting because there were parents and students complaining that we were talking too much about life. And I just said, you know what? Fine. Then what I'll do is I will go to my YouTube channel once a week and try to dump these out on a Wednesday for you. So every Wednesday you get to know this cool E triangle, and here it is, which has faith, has respect, responsible, and discipline. Inside you have faith and/or integrity, and we've also added ethics. We put all the triangle together, so if you listen to the last, 6 to 8 episodes, you'll have all the parts. And now we're putting it together, and I'm telling some stories about my career and how that triangle that I've made through the glory of God, the help of God, has gotten me through some really heinous times. I always think, okay, which story do you want to tell? Do you want to tell the story about the couple that had a baby when they were seniors? Do you want to tell about the story of 2 young black men coming to your house for dinner? Do you want to tell about the story of a lady who blocked me in my parking space at Stone Lake High School because she was so mad at me that I had to go get the Placer County Sheriff? I can tell you that story too. All right, there's tons of stories I can tell. So, but I'm never going to talk about the current school I'm at, which I've called Pinecrest High School. All these names are fictitious, because I'll wait till I'm done, and then we'll share stories about Pinecrest High School. But one of the things I do want to do is apply what I've learned through my E triangle. E stands for Everts, but it can be excellent, euphoric, extravaganza, I don't know, extraordinary, whatever you want E to stand for, but it is Everett's triangle. So I thought to myself, okay, what story do you want to tell? And I thought, why don't you tell the story about the Killarney High School kid who went to the top of the press box? I think that's a good story. I want to change his name to Ben. His name's going to be Ben for now. Ben was an ornery senior. I had him for 4 years. I would consider him to be a young libertarian spirit. Foul-mouthed, expresses his opinion like no other student I would have had. So one night, we're at a football game, And at Killarney High School, the athletic director's brother was doing the clock and helped with a bunch of stuff in the press box. And it was, I think, maybe my 6th or 7th year at Killarney, maybe less than that, maybe 5th year. And I had it. I thought, my gosh, you have this award-winning band, and you're playing canned music. And I thought, how insulting. You don't bring out the Raiderettes and, substitute cheerleaders. You're not substituting football players. Why are you playing music when you have this band here that can play? There would be times, accidentally, where the band would be playing and all of a sudden this canned music's coming out over the band playing. And I thought to myself, this guy is stupid. This is meant for high school. And we've met about it, and, well, this is what they do in college. We're not college, man. And I don't think they should do it in college, by the way. You got kids there that are playing instruments. Let them play. But no, by gosh, we had to sit there and get embarrassed. Sit the band down, 100 kids sit down. Well, at the end of one of our first games, Ben's senior year, we're going back to the band room. And Ben said, "Hey, Mr. Harris, can I talk to you?" "Yeah, what's up, man?" You're going to hear something probably Monday." "Why, Ben?" "Well, I took it upon myself to get the iPod," we called them iPods at the time, "to get the iPod to stop playing." "What did you do, Ben?" "Well, I went up to the press box and I asked, Mr. Martini, 'Hey, Mr. Martini, are you the one that's playing the iPod?' 'No.' And he points upstairs, Mr. Everett. And so I got on the ladder and went to the top of the press box. "You went to the top of the press box?" "Yeah, I went to the top of the press box, and I look at him and I say, 'Hey, are you playing the iPod?' And he turned around to me. 'Yeah, what's it up? What is the matter with you?' 'Well, I'm part of the band, and I think you should turn that thing off.'" He actually said the F word. "What did you say to me?" "I think you should turn the effing thing off." Again, he said the F word. He said, "I don't want to say it now because I really want my students to see this." Because I am doing this for my students and for you. I want my students to hear these stories because they can relate to it. And so the guy said, "What's your name?" And he shook, and he's telling me a story. "Well, then, Mr. Harris, I put my hand out to shake his hand, and I said, 'My name is Ben, fill in the blank, and you can suck my dick.'" And then you know what he did, Mr. Harris? He pulled me close to him. He said, "What did you say to me?" "My name is Ben, fill in the blank, and you can suck my," is what I said to you. You didn't do that. You did all that for real? I mean, is it, you really did that? "Yeah." "Okay, now you can kick my ass, Mr. Harris. You can make. I said, "You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna teach you something. Number one, you should have asked for permission before you went up there. Number two, you probably should not have said that word. All those bad words probably shouldn't have been said. And number three, which is the most important thing to me, you did all that in your uniform. Therefore, you represented me and the band. That's not who we are, Ben." And to Ben's credit, man, he just looked down at the ground and goes, "You know what? Yeah, that last one really got to me, Mr. Everett." And so, yes, on Monday, I had the administration come into my office and ask me, "What are you going to do about this?" And I said, "You know what? I don't know what I'm going to do." Because I think it's a teachable moment. We've asked for that iPod to be turned off for the last 4 or 5 years, and you haven't done it. And it got to a point where a student went up to the press box and told what's-his-name to turn it off. Yeah, but he was disrespectful. If one of my players on the football team had done that, I'd bench him, maybe even kick him off the team. Really? Well, that's cool. That's your football team, and it's not a class. This is a class. So I could take some points off him because he went on his own. He defied, he was defiant. He was rude. I'll do that. But I think to do anything more, I don't know. Were you going to take away his captaincy for the drum line? I said, I don't know yet. It's only Monday. I need to think about what we're doing. So they ended up suspending him for a week. And I think he couldn't play for the next several football games or whatever. They let him play, I think, at the band competitions. But my point in bringing up that story again, it has to do with respect, responsible discipline, integrity, faith, and ethics. That all has to go in there because I paid a price. The football coach, who was also the vice principal of the school, was really upset with me. And I felt badly for that. I apologized for that. But on the other hand, I thought to myself, if you had all thought, hey, turn off the music when the band's playing, and certainly don't have it at all would be even a bonus. Well, the kids really like it, Paul. I don't care. You know what? I really don't care. I care about my students, man. I care about the fact that I'm standing up for my students who are wearing these flipping hot uniforms, who are busting their butts to learn this music, sound great, be at games and have stuff thrown at them and said at them, and forget it. So it's one of those times when, yes, he shouldn't have said what he said. He shouldn't have handled it that way. Teach them respect. Out of respect for yourself, Ben, don't do that. And then I'm glad, here's the one thing. How about taking responsibility, though? Coming up to me after the game, that was cool. And to me, that's all I want. He apologized to me. He apologized to the band. He got to keep his captaincy, and I still have kids probably pissed off about that. Yet on the other hand, I believe that, when someone says they're sorry, they have paid their penance. People deserve a second chance, and Ben deserved a second chance, and he did pretty well for the rest of the year. And then the discipline it took for me to not get mad at him. The discipline it took for me to stand by him, the loyalty, stand by my student. And then the integrity and the ethics. I know right from wrong. I told him what he did was wrong. I handled it my way. I shamed him. And he said he was sorry. So the bottom line is we need to do a better job taking the time to teach these kids the proper way of handling things and handling conflicts. So they aren't in the street spraying bear spray on people. They aren't in the street breaking windows, flipping off the police, flipping off authority. I think if we would sit down and listen to them and talk, still come up with penance, still shame them, still let them know human beings don't treat other human beings like that unless they have problems. You don't have problems, so let's fix that. That's my lesson for today. Ben and the iPod. Amazing. By the way, after that night, guess what? The iPod didn't get played again. Begin with the end in mind. Every choice you make is who you are. What do you want them to say at your funeral? What eulogies do you want to be said about you and written about you? You have some say in that, you really do. Then the other thing is, too, seek first to understand, then be understood. People are hurting so much. Would you take time out to ask them how they're doing? And then more time to listen to them? Don't give them advice. Listen to them. All right? And the last thing, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I care about you a whole lot. That's why I do this thing. And I do, and my crowd is growing. It makes me happy. And then finally, we say this now, since COVID-19. I am doing the best I can. 2 more times. I am doing the best I can. And now the third and last time. I am doing the best I can. Be truthful to yourself. Do the best you can. All right, everybody. I love you. Thank you so much for your support. Continue to help this grow. This message is meant for all people, regardless of gender, regardless of color, regardless of age. We need more respect, more responsibility, more discipline, ethics, integrity, and faith. Okay, God bless you all. Make tomorrow a special day and make it count. Love you. Bye. Oh, I got music. Sorry.